Hello there, Lynx here. Welcome to Sakura Forst Girls 2. Let us continue, because I believe we have a lot of to do in that village that we arrived into. Boop. So, what do you think of the princess? She's quite a dear, is she not? Oh yes, indeed. She seems a most agreeable person despite her affections of grandeur, and does not hurt. Her face is so very lovely. Isn't it, for she could put the goddesses themselves to shame? Aiyana giggles, one hand pressed to her mouth. Now, it falls upon me to be your guide. I'll show you around our village to the best of my ability. But first, there's something I wish to say to you. Yes? Maia narrows her eyes. What is it? Oh, it's nothing so serious. You need to pull such face. What I wish to say regards the princess. I know she'll be embarrassed were anybody to overhear this. Aiyana glances over her shoulder at the twin guards still stationed outside the princess's tent. So I shall try to be discreet. Please come closer, my dear travelers, and lend me your ears. I obey, as does Aiyana. Maia seems a bit more dubious, but she shrugs aside her concerns and inches closer to Aiyana. What is it you want to say? Please hurry, for time is wearing on. How impatient you are! Hastiness is not a trait I'm fond of. But as your hostess, I shall comply. I want only to thank you for agreeing to help us. If you can alleviate the awful drought which has blighted our crops, it would be appreciated. Aiyana's voice drops to a whisper, low enough that it should be inaudible to the guards outside Ari's tent. And I'm sure that the princess is most elated with your decision. Her feelings may not have been obvious to you. She often tries to disguise them, you see, but as her closest confidant, they were to me. Koko was her dearest friend, and she had missed her terribly. They would often sit and talk in the princess' bedroom about all kinds of things. They went for walks, combed one another's hair, and I believe they even slept together. Wow! My cheeks turned pink. I didn't know they had that kind of relationship. Oh, goodness me. Aiyana raises a brow. What are you referring to exactly? Well, you know, when you say sleeping together, I do know. It sounds kinda intimate. What did I say? It sounds kinda intimate. Huh? Aiyana blinks, then she grins. Oh yeah, I suppose it does. I can see why you have misinterpreted my words, but I did not mean it quite like that. Close, but beware, the relationship was not an amorous one. It was purely platonic. Alright. I sigh. Huh. I guess I was getting kinda carried away. You already are there to girl, Yaya. Maia nudges me with her elbow. Perhaps you ought to douse yourself in cold water. That might rid you of your carnal ways. There is nothing carnal about me. I just made a mistake, is all. Stop grinning like that. If anybody needs to take a dip in cold water, it's you. You're way older than I am. Oh, Maui, how cruel you are. Is that a way to address a woman who allowed you to sleep under her roof for 2 weeks? I heard you would throw my kindness back in my face like that. I mean, to be fair, she threw something completely different to your face, which caused bleeding. That was a good one. Anyway, it would seem the pair of you have an interesting relationship, much like that of the princess and Koko. Ooh-hoo-hoo-hoo. You're so close, I feel almost jealous. Aiyana giggles. Friendship is such a wonderful thing. It truly is a blessing. I hope I can bequeath some of this blessing upon the princess. She has precious few close companions, particularly now Koko has left. The other villagers revere her, but they do not regard her as a peer. They have spent their lives under the rule of the princess and her family, and they prefer to keep their distance. The princess tries to remain stalwart, bless her heart, but she's still a young girl, and it is clear she has been suffering. Many times have I tried to console her, but I fear my best attempts are in vain. I'm older than the princess, and my position as her priestess forbids me from being too familiar. It would be improper. I guess. I cannot ease her loneliness. I guess kiss the loneliness to exist also would make sense if I said it. Anyway. But with some luck, you girls should be able to. You, Yaya, and you, Aiyana, are so close to the princess in age. Should prove to be responsive. Should you reach out to her? I know she would love to speak to you. For too many nights she's been on her own, with nobody to comfort her. Her soft sighs resound from the residence in a most heart-rending manner. I'm sure she cries into her pillow every night, wishing for somebody to embrace her as Koko once did. Oh, it is too sad for words. At night, huh? I froze. I doubt this is what Imala intends, but her dramatic commiserations are painting quite a vivid picture in my mind's eye. Yaya, after Yaya, are you still there? I squeak, startled, and stare at Maia. My face is bright red. I can feel the heat emanating from me like a furnace. My heart, meanwhile, is thudding like a drum. That was quite the detailed fantasy I just had there. Oh boy. So in Sakura Fantasy 1... Sakura Fantasy was a good one for... in Sakura Forest Girls 1, there was a situation where Yaya kind of drifted off and there was a fantasy, which we can't see on a base game. I imagine it might be similar over here right now. So basically what I'm getting at, if you want to know what's behind the fantasies, I would suggest getting the game and getting the addition to it. Anyway, that was quite a detailed fantasy I just had there about a relative stranger, no less. What is wrong with me? Are you alright, Yaya? Yeah, I'm fine, yeah. Really? Well, I do wonder. Maia's eyes are penetrating, and it feels like she can see right through me. Am I really that obvious? I need to get better at hiding these delusions of mine, or I might get into serious trouble. Yaya, are you alright? Aiyana sidles over to me. Her voice pregnant with concern. That's a weird way to say it, I feel like. Full of concern. Anyway, your face is very red. You don't have a fever, do you? Of the brain, maybe. But if we're talking about my constitution, I should be fine. I'm fitter than a fully grown bear, in fact. Huh? Yeah, I'm alright. You don't need to worry so much, though. I do appreciate the concern. Anytime you are my dear friend, and your welfare is most important to me, I shudder to think how I would feel were you to get hurt. Oh, how lovely you to make such a charming pair. I only hope you can find it between your hearts to extend some of the camaraderie towards the princess. Now, if we have ascertained that the eye is alright, may I guide you about the village? I would not wish for to get lost during your stay. Imala shows the three of us about the village. She gestures to the fields upon which the people farm, which are mostly barren, and the fruit trees which are devoid of succor. Then she leads us to a river, which is very shallow, the water nothing more than a puddle in a dusty, dirty ravine. It's a far cry from the river we saw this morning, whose banks were green and verdant. Oh, so it was some... I guess it wasn't very close then. It's water clear and crystalline. The difference between the two is so disparate. I frown. I know there is drought and water is scarce, but why is the river bone dry, while the one in the forest was so full? You need irrigation system here, don't ya? Anyway, they're not so far away from one another that they should be this different. That is quite the pertinent question, my dear warrior. Allow me to explain. Imala smiles. I've been praying by the river banks for rain so that I might keep that filled. It is through my intervention, and that of the spirits, we have water enough to keep farming. My powers are beginning to wane, however, and I am not able to fill the rivers as once I was. The river close to the village, which is used the most often, has already begun to run dry, as you should be able to see. Soon, even those rivers further afield will suffer the same fate. My powers are being stretched to the limits. Try if I might, I cannot summon rain sustained enough to invigorate our crops or fill our rivers. It is a sorry state of affairs indeed, which has put quite a burden upon me. That is why we need outside help. Do you truly think you can aid us, Maia? I will do my very best. I have not lived as long as I without picking up a few tricks. Then I shall place my faith in your hands, which I am sure are very capable. Now, Imala glances to Aiyana and I believe I've shown you all the village there is to see, and of its immediate surroundings. With these formalities concluded, I would like to give the pair of you some tasks. Maia will be busy preparing for the rain summoning ritual, so she shall be exempt from any additional chores. That is not the case for you two, however. Our village is a small one, and we need all the help we can get, particularly if we shall be feeding 3 extra mouths. I would appreciate if you could earn your keep. Does that sound satisfactory? I am more than happy to work. I would not wish to use your resources without aiding you in return. Sure, that's fine. It kinda depends on the task for. I'm only good at using my spear. When it comes to finances, I'm totally clueless. Where did finances come from? Please don't put me in charge of anything too complicated. Oh, I would not dream of it. It would make far more sense to play to your unique strengths. Imala smiles. I believe you hail from a family of shamans, Aiyana? Oh yeah, that's right. Then I take it you know how to mix potions. I would not say I'm particularly good at it, but I can brew simple tinctures. I find that the simple things in life are often better and more effective than the unnecessary complex. The princess is a sufferer from headaches, and our own shamans cannot brew tinctures to quell her aches and pains quickly enough. Could you assist them whenever you are able? It'd be my pleasure. Thank you. As for you, Yaya. Ima looks me up and down. Would you mind helping our hunters forage for food during the day? We are in dire need of supplies, and your expertise with a spear would be a boon. Sure thing. I'm pretty good at hunting, actually. My parents taught me a bunch of tips and techniques since I was a kid. Excellent. This is most serendipitous. Would it be too much to ask that you tend to duties during nightfall too? Strange monsters have been lurking in the woods when the sun falls, and we need experienced fighters to be on the lookout. It would not do for the village to be attacked. Strange monsters. Maia looks at Imala, her eyes narrowed. Are these slimes the princess spoke of? Yeah, indeed. They are the oddities whose transparent bodies which shimmer in the moonlight. They do not die when pierced with arrows, or when claved in twain with swords. That only makes them multiply. Oh crap. They began appearing 5 years prior, and since we have known little peace. That sounds familiar. I pull a face. It's thanks to those awful monsters Koko went missing. I still have nightmares about their attack on our village. The monsters do not come every night, nor every other night. Sometimes we go for months without seeing them, but at other times they besiege our village nightly. Slimes. So fire, basically. Or ice. We could freeze them. Anyway, we have successfully fended them off every time they have attacked us, but their presence puts the people on the edge. They are afraid of these monsters, and I do not blame them. They ought not to exist. They are unnatural and inorganic. I cannot allow them to live, not where is a chance they harm my princess. Can you help us drive away, Yaya? Oh, I'll do my best. I was able to protect my own village from the monsters, but I'll be damned if I let them hurt anybody else. I'll give them what they deserve for causing us so much suffering. Oh, thank you. I can see I was right to ask for your help. It is most obliged. You needn't worry about guarding the village tonight, however. You must be tired after going all the way here. You need to rest your weary bones. Now, shall we return to the princess's tent? I'm sure she will be eagerly anticipating your arrival. She may even ask you to entertain her this night with tales from your travels. She has resided in this village all her life, and she's quite starved for knowledge of the outside world, which is understandable. She can be awfully insistent at times, like a small child. Imala giggles. Hoo 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 hoo. But I find it endearing. There are a few across the land, I fear, who are half as adorable as my wonderful princess. Night soon falls, and when thus, Aiyana and I are summoned by Ari to her bedchamber. Given Ari's royal status, we have no option but to obey her. Maia doesn't accompany us. She's too busy preparing for the upcoming ritual in a tent Imala prepared for her. And I were supposed to sleep in that tent too, but the princess has other plans. Oh, it is wonderful to see the two of you again. Ari greets Aiyana cordially when we entered a chamber. Ari's private chamber is partitioned away from the rest of the tent by draping fabrics, and it looks large and luxurious. I mean, on the left side, you have a lovely room separator, which I also have at my place. If I had the webcam turned on right now, you would see it. If you haven't seen it, maybe I'll make an outro with it, so it will be visible at the very end. But anyway, the floor is covered with soft rugs, and Ari's bed takes up most of the space. It's a vast bed bedecked with soft sheets and plump cushions. The air smells faintly of perfume, and candles glimmer by her bedside. Late though it is, Ari herself is bedecked in the same clothes she wore when Aiyana and I first met her. Upon her head is a golden crown, and her chest covered liberally in golden chains. She's so beautiful. I feel momentarily overawed. Her room might be impressive, but Ari is even more so. I am pleased to see you, Your Highness. Aiyana drops onto one knee, as we do when we first pledged our allegiance to Ari. This seems like an appropriate thing to do, so I decide to follow suit. Same here, Your Highness. Ari observes us, twining a strand of hair about her index finger. Smiling, she then says, Goodness me, you don't need to be so formal, you are making me feel awkward. But Your Highness, I would prefer if you call me Ari. I'm quite tired of being called Your Highness every day. It's a heavy title to bear. I apologize, Your Highness, but I don't know if I can comply with that request. It would seem insulting. It is hardly an insult if I'm the one who demands it. Ari's brow creases. But very well. I would not make you do anything you are uncomfortable with. I had no intention of that when I summoned you here. Yeah. Oh, why did you ask us to come here? Your Aiyana might have some doubts about using Ari's name, but I've never been one to mind my manners like she has. Ari doesn't want to be called Your Highness, and it has way too many syllables. I think I'd rather cut to the chase and use her actual name. It makes her seem more approachable. Ari, I mean. Sorry about that. I get to my feet and offer Ari an easy grin. I'll call call you by your first name from now on, even if Aiyana won't. Please tell me if I slip up, I'm kind of forgetful. Goodness me. Aiyana blinks, surprised. You are being awfully forward. Shouldn't I be? Perhaps not. Her Highness is a princess after all. But it is heartwarming to see you address her in so familiar a manner. Well, of course I'm gonna speak to her like this. I want to get closer to her and do whether we've got any sense of all this formality. You can be friends with someone if you're always bowing to them and calling them your Highness. Yeah. Ari blinks, her eyes wide. Do you truly mean that? Sure I do. Goodness. Ari holds one hand to her chest, above her heart. That is what I desire as well. It is why I summoned both you and Aiyana to my tent, as a matter of fact. It has been a long while since the last I had company. I do wish to make your acquaintance. But I was unsure whether you would acquiesce. One may take a princess' acquaintance, but it's rare indeed to become her friend. I thought, if I asked, I would make you uncomfortable. You haven't. It's fine. Don't overthink things, girl. I agree. Let's all get along, okay? Alright. I would like that. I thought you might. Imala did mention to be lonely. She did. Ari's cheeks turned pink. Curse that meddlesome priestess of mine. I've warned her time and time again to remain silent in my private affairs, yet she refuses to listen. Does she talk about you often? Only all the time. Ari pouts. She acts obedient enough, but she's an incorrigible gossip. She's always chatting with the other villagers. This would not be so bad if she spoke of innocuous subjects. But I fear she must be obsessed with me. I'm never far from her lips. She's forever telling my people how dignified I am, and how well-mannered, and how considerate. I think she means to carry favor with my people, and in so doing improve upon my reputation, but her efforts are needless. My family has ruled this village for 3 centuries, and we have remained staunchly, steadfastly popular. I would be beloved even without Imala's machinations. In fact, I fear it is precisely because of her ceaseless praise that my people prefer to keep their distance. Imala speaks as for him some sort of infallible goddess. It would be enough to deter anybody. The put upon princess heaves a heavy sigh. I mean, yeah, she's correct about that. Imala tries to give her that kind of goddess-like position. Anyway, Imala's devotion is appreciated, but it is rather heavy-handed. I wish she could find a new hobby. Beyond extolling all my supposed virtues, it is embarrassing. Wow, gee, I know she was so intense, At least that's proof she likes you, for I doubt she'd praise you half as much if she didn't think you were a good ruler. I know Imala likes me. That has never been up for debate. I'm concerned she may like me a bit too much, in fact. Ari sighs again, then shakes her head. So what did my meddlesome priestess tell you? I hope she didn't stuff your heads full of silly nonsense. Oh, she didn't say anything particularly strange. She only mentioned that you'd been feeling down since Koko left, and you wanted more people to talk to. Ari bites her lower lip. Her cheeks look red, like 2 rosy apples. I can't believe she would blab about all my darkest secrets like that. You must think me so desperate. I don't want to be kind to me out of pity. That would be far too depressing. Oh, goodness. Ari whimpers. You don't think me pathetic, do you? Of course not. I sit down by Ari's side upon her luxurious bed and rest hand upon her shaking shoulder. Where's the CG for that? You don't need to be embarrassed, Ari. I'm not going to judge you, and I bet Aiyana isn't either, right? Right, Aiyana? Of course. Anna's been lingering shyly by the entrance to Ari's bedchamber for a while, but she jumps upon being addressed. She crosses the room in a series of strides, then takes a seat on Ari's other side. She doesn't touch Ari's shoulder like me, but she does say, in a gentle voice, I would never dream of sneering at you, Your Highness, for our situations are similar. I do know how it feels to be lonely. You do? Ari lets her hands drop from her face, then observes Aiyana askance. I thought you and Yaya were childhood friends. When have you ever had the opportunity to feel lonely such as I? We are childhood friends, it is true, but Yaya and Koko are my only friends. I was ostracized in my village, you see, for the color of my hair. But your hair is lovely! Why did it against you over such a trifle? White hair, such as is believed to be an ill omen among the people of my village. They thought me cursed by demons. The village elders kept their distance, and their children all sneered at me. If it weren't for Yaya and Koko, I would have been all alone. Then, when Koko disappeared, Aiyana winces. I was devastated. I miss her so much. That is why I've been searching for her ceaselessly, alongside Yaya. I could not bear to let her go, not when she brought me such happiness. Oh, you poor thing. Ari's expression softened. I feel almost ashamed of complaining, having heard your story. I'm no stranger to loneliness myself, but I have never been shunned. My people all revere and respect me. I cannot imagine being reviled for a reason so petty as my appearance. That is quite alright, Your Highness. I feel like it's the same voice for both of them, but yeah. I did not tell you my tale to make you feel ashamed. I told you in an attempt to console you, for I see now that idea may not have been the best. I apologize if I upset you. You don't need to apologize. If anything, you helped put matters into perspective. You did wonder why you were so determined to discover Koko's whereabouts. That is one query cleared up. Ari takes Anna's hand in her own and squeezes it. You might have had a difficult upbringing, but you needn't worry about facing baseless prejudice. In my village, we do not share your village's superstitions. You will be made most welcome here, for as long as you reside within my village's walls. Ari's smile takes on a slight bitterness, like raw cocoa beans. Which may not be very long. I would not like to impede your search for Koko. Thank you, Your Highness. Your kindness is appreciated. Kindness is all I have to offer at the present. My village is not a prosperous one, despite my clothes and my living quarters. But I hope my well wishes shall be enough to tide you over. I would not like to ask for anything more. It would feel improper. I think you worry a bit too much about propriety. You need to learn to relax around me. And as always had troubles opening up to people, but don't worry, I'm not half so stuffy. She's complete opposite. I'd be honored to befriend a girl as cute as you. Do you really think I'm cute? Now, how should I reply to this? Yeah, you're super cute. You're cute, but Aiyana is cuter. Oh boy. Now you are putting me in a very, very hard choice, because I like Aiyana. But at the same time, it's like, let's say, yeah, you're super cute, whatever. Yeah, sure, you're incredibly cute. Ah, goodness me. Ari coughs politely into her hand. That is very forward. I'm not opposed to receiving such compliments. I suppose I'm reaping not, but what I deserve. When one takes this into account, my good looks, this is how I should be addressed, really. Ooh, ho, 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 ho. Ari laughs, but she still looks embarrassed. Surely is dedicated to playing the role of a princess, her earnest desire for friends notwithstanding. Her bluster's pretty cute, though it does seem a bit counterintuitive. I guess she's doing it on purpose, to hide how flushed she is. Anyway, Ari coughs again. I mean... I guess makes sense. I take it you and Aiyana have traveled far? Yep, we come all the way from... I tell Ari the name of our village, which prompts from her a gasp of surprise. You don't say. That is very far indeed. I know it is late, and the pair of you will undoubtedly be tired, but will you mind regaling me with tales from your adventures? I have not strayed far from this village in all my years, and I cannot help but being curious. That's fine by me. I've got a lot to tell you. Now, let me see. I ponder, my arms folded. I guess you could say our story began 3 years ago, on the night our village was attacked. I launch into a dramatized account of the last 3 years for Ari's sake. I make grand sweeping gestures with my hands, throw in a bunch of sound effects, and give my principal characters different voices. That hits close home, like super familiar. I use my own voice when I'm recounting my own dialogue, of course, but I give Aiyana this soft, whispery tone, while Maia gets a shrill, noxious voice that makes Ari snort. My epic retelling takes a couple of hours, all in all. I don't spare any details and even embellish a few of the plot points. Ari winces when I tell her about the slime attack on my village, but she giggles when I tell her about my first inglorious meeting with Maia and the tumble Aiyana and I took in the lake when we went fishing. I feel pretty tired when I fish up, my throat's dry from all the talking. Yeah, it does that. It does that. How do I know that? That's like why you need water by your hand. My throat's dry from all the talking, and even my arms ache on account of all my I wanted to say gesturing, gesticulating. Telling an interesting, evocative story is a lot harder than I thought it'd be. It was a lot of fun though. Harry at least seems to have enjoyed herself. Goodness me! Ari exclaims, smiling. You really have experienced a lot. I had no idea. I guess, yeah. I arrived in so much you could turn it into an illustrated tapestry. Indeed you could. It was a lovely tale. It was full of mystery, intrigue, drama, and even a bit of romance. I must thank you for indulging my ill curiosity, Yaya. It was very good of you, but... Ari yawns. Sleep beckons and I begin to grow weary. Same here. It's kind of late, huh? It must be well past midnight. Yeah, it's 2:17. Should Yaya and I leave you to slumber, your highness? Oh no! No, I don't want that. Then what should we do? I apologize, but... And I yawn again. I cannot remain awake much longer. You do not need to. You and Yaya are more than welcome to pass the night with me in my room. This bed is big enough for the three of us, and it should be comfier than the tent I'm allowed to have you sleep in. I know this is a forward request, but I do get lonely on my own, and well, Ari toys distractedly with her auburn curls, her gaze directed downwards. We are friends now, are we not? Dude. What a world. I think it is normal for friends to sleep together, unless you do not wish to. I don't know if it's normal. Is it? Perhaps. I would not want to push you. It's normal to sleep with your soul. With your other half. But with friend? Yeah. Lynx has not tested that and will not. Please feel free to refuse, Princess Fly. Maybe I would rather be your friends than an authority figure. It looks like Ari's getting herself all worked up. She's so earnest, I can't help but smile. There is no way I could turn her down after this. Sure, I'll spend the night with you. Yes, that is what I expected. To be awkward to slumber with me, us being strangers, I'm sure to far Wait, what? Harry blinks. She looks utterly stunned. I guess I've got to spell things out for her. I said I'll spend the night with you. I don't mind at all. I bet Aiyana doesn't either, isn't that right? Well, Aiyana flusters. I mean, I'm a bit worried about it, but if you don't mind, Yaya, I suppose I can go along with it for now. I would not wish to upset your highness. There, you see, there's no blunders here. We're both all for it. Now, let's get under covers. Your bed looks so nice and soft, Harry. I can't wait to lie down. A lot's happened today, and I feel exhausted. A nice long rest. It's just what the witch doctor ordered. And this is how Aiyana and I end up passing the night in Ari's bed. Sleeping in the same room as a genuine princess proves to be a strange experience. Even I'm a bit worried at first about being disrespectful, but remind myself that it was Ari who requested our company. Fortunately, Ari's bed is very large. There is easily enough space to accommodate the three of us, as she stated earlier. That is quite a relief. If I had to brush shoulders with Ari all night, I'd get so antsy I'd never be able to get any sleep. It's not just that she's a princess, she's also incredibly cute. I have to force myself not to stare at her when she undresses. I wonder what the punishment is for looking at a princess with lecherous intent. Imala would probably know, being Ari's priestess and her second in command. Would I be sentenced to having my eyes piked out by crows? Doesn't that sound a little too harsh? I said keep my distance from Ari as I curl beneath the covers. I don't want to get involved in any controversy. I turn my face away from Ari's and try to sleep, my hair spilling across the feather-filled pillows. The pillows are wondrously soft, as are the sheets. They're incredibly luxurious, much more than the rough, coarse bedding I'm used to back at home. I feel ready to fall asleep seconds after my head hits the pillow. Your Highness, I don't mean to disturb you, and certainly I would never presume to tell you what to do, but you're lying quite close to me, and I But a startled squeal shakes off my encroaching slumber. I stop in Ari's spacious bed, the covers pulling about me, and blink. It doesn't take me long to detect the source of that plaintive cry. Lucky! Ari's curled up on her side, her body pressed flesh against Aiyana's. Her arms are looped about her, holding her close, and her chest is pressed against Aiyana's side. Aiyana, for her part, is lying on her back, eyes wide, like a dazed squirrel fallen from a tree. Her face is decorated in a blush which could put the rosiest of apples to shame, and her lower lip is trembling. Your Highness, please. I'm appreciative of your attention, but we hardly know one another. It's all so sudden. I beg of you, Your Highness. No. Ari mumbles, her voice slurred with sleep. Don't call me Your Highness. That's so stuffy. Call me Ari. Oh, but that would be a breach of etiquette. Your princess, I am but a lowly shaman. Please, Your Highness. No. Call me Ari. Please, I won't hear of anything else. But that would be so embarrassing. So you don't want to make me happy? I thought you were nice, girl Aiyana, but perhaps I was mistaken. You can call me your highness then if you prefer. But if you do that, I shall have to tickle you for your disobedience. Are you prepared to face the consequences? No, please don't do it. I'm sensitive. If you tickle me, I'll scream and I'll hurt all the guards. I don't want to disturb them. They will surely think that I have attacked you. That does sound quite problematic, doesn't it? Oh, what? Ari from sight looks absolutely stunning. I mean the face. Anyway, I mean, I don't really mean just the face, but right now I meant the face when I was saying that. She's stunning overall. Anyway, Ari grins. If you don't want my guards getting involved, it would probably be for the best if you acquiesce to my wishes. Now call me Ari. Go on, try it. It's not hard, I promise. Ari? Why are you stuttering so? Ari nudged Aiyana's thigh with her knee. One would think you have a pitch bit stuck in your throat to hear you babble on. My apologies, I've never met a person before and I am unsure of the way one's supposed to conduct oneself. It's all very new to me. I do not wish to cause you offense. I apologize if I upset you, but it's not my intention. You're high. Aiyana breaks off before she can utter her forbidden words. Ari. There you go. That wasn't so hard, was it? Now, as your reward? What reward? What are you? Aiyana squeals anew, her face beat red as Ari entwines their bodies even more intimately. She loops one leg over Aiyana, spinning her in place, all while nuzzling their faces together. Aiyana looks so flustered, I wouldn't be surprised if steam began to pour from her head. Stem? Did I say stem? Steam. Even the tips of her ears are flushed. You're high, Ari, please, stop this. This is progressing so quickly, I don't know what to do. Ari, please. Aiyana tries to petition Ari, tears bending her eyes, but it's in vain. Ari? Ari has stopped responding. She's stopped nuzzling too. Forearms are still looped about Aiyana's body. Her head lolls against Aiyana's shoulder, her dark eyelashes matted together. Her lips are pursed and soft sighs escape her lips at irregular intervals. Ari? Aiyana calls Ari's name, but the princess remains unresponsive. She must have fallen asleep. Oh dear. Aiyana sighs. Now what am I going to do? I'll never be able to sleep like this. Well, maybe she did manage to get some sleep. Maybe she didn't. We'll find out in the next episode whether Aiyana is capable of doing the supposed jobs that she was given to, the task she was given to, or not. We'll also find out what maybe Yaya felt about the whole situation, given that we did not get any reaction from her, which is surprising. Some jealousy, maybe? Who knows? We definitely can be sure that Maia was lonely preparing for her sorcery. Unless Imala joined there. Who knows? Anyway, for now, hope you enjoyed this episode of Sakura Forst Girls 2. Hope to see you in the next one. And of course, have a wonderful day. Oh yeah, and if I still have your attention, if you are new to the channel, consider subscribing. If you are new or not new, also liking, commenting, perhaps also going the extra step and going to my social medias and Twitch. And that's it. Also, all of that is free. But I probably don't need to mention that. Anyway, as I said, have a wonderful day and I'll see you in the next one. Actually, he's using the wording I'll see you when I don't have the webcam on. A good thing to say. For I said I'll see you in the next one, which might kind of give the idea that I'll have the webcam in the next episode, which might be the case. Who knows? Lately I kinda feel like recording like this. I don't know why. Anyway, have a wonderful day. Bye bye.